Good morning from beautiful Solvang, and this is Ron. Kat's working here as well. I thought I'd put together this quick video, and I'm calling it the Beaman-Stoltz Collective, and snagged some of your graphics, as you can see. I'm using, just to let you know, before I get moving forward, let me first off say thanks. Yesterday was pretty darn awesome, and I love you guys' energy, what you're doing with both grit and dream makers, and just what you guys are contributing is pretty darn awesome. So, and it's pretty darn cool to hang around with you guys. So we appreciated your time and your company, and just love your energy. Anyway, so thank you so much. What I'm doing is I've created this brief video, and I chatted with Paul about using Camtasia, and actually I think it's pretty darn cool for you to use, Rhonda, both you guys. What Camtasia, let me explain. I use it for video lessons in my course. By the way, I'm not going to edit this down so you'll get my ums and ahs and pauses. It's about $300 for 5 licenses, and that was what it was last year, and about $45 for any subsequent year. So the first year is $300, $45 per license afterwards. The recording's really easy. I'm not a video editor type of guy, so I just plug and play. By the way, I have a microphone. I'm using my MacBook, the camera on here. And if you're doing it professionally, you want to get a better microphone. I use this because this is okay for classes. The microphone on the laptop ends up being a little tinny, so this is better. If you're doing something a little more professional, you want to get like a Blue Yeti, which is about a $300 microphone. This is $27 or $30. And then a really good camera, better than this camera right here. That way, if you're doing a screen recording, you want to, of course, shoot yourself this way, because what I'm doing is constantly looking down towards that, and it's a little bit annoying, especially on a professional video, but I've been thinking about getting a camera, but that's for later. Anyway, camera, microphone, $300 for 5 licenses, I think. We're going to bounce out to the website in a second. The recording's very easy. You can insert graphics. If you have a pre-made set of graphics for, let's say, you're rolling peak learning or anything, other projects that you already have a pre-scripted thing in front that you want consistency for the rest of your videos, you have that popped in, it'll stitch it together, and then credits at the end. And if you're doing any kind of front rolls or mid rolls for advertisements, if that's one of the things you want to do as well, you can plop those in pretty easily as well. Camtasia's, I sound like a salesperson, but it's really darn easy. If I can use it, I think anybody can use it. I just love the fact that they made this software very easy to use. Let's see, you can insert background music as well. I am just playing something on my phone back here, but if you have like a subtle background that you can drop in and stitch it in, stitching it, making it equal, of course, to where the presentation is. Your tech person, I think the learning curve is pretty darn short. To get super professional in it, I suspect it might take a little bit of time, but it's not bad. Up and running pretty darn quick. I'm going to send you this link. This link is the Camtasia link. I was doing a search on the pricing. I haven't opened it up, so I'll send you this link, but let's open this up real quickly. Here it is. It has quite good ratings, 4.5 stars basically on 475. Here's kind of the splash screen of what it looks like, and I'm looking over. It looks like the first time price is now $249, but only for 2 licenses. So if you need to get multiple licenses, I'm sure there's a per license fee. Looks like they bumped up the annual licensing fee to $50 a year. So some price changes there. Let's go back. See that? I would have edited that out. Anyway, here's an example use case for Camtasia. As I was thinking about this morning, you can record your full-on presentation. And by the way, if you are using, let's say, 2 or 3 cameras to get different angles, you can set a timer on each one of those, and when your tech person gets that, they can have multiple channels, and they might switch between channel 1 to 3 and back to 2, back to 1, based on the angle that's preferred. You can send a raw file. It could be a USB stick. It could be one of the photo, what are they called? SD cards, if you will. And they can edit down the presentation, the content you want, content you don't want, if there's pauses in there. I'm not editing. I would edit out a lot of this stuff. So you can add the splash screens, the mid-rolls, if you will. And neat thing about Camtasia, it exports to about, I would say, 5 or 8 different file types. Plus, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the button and say, send it straight to my YouTube account, just straight up. And I'll send you that link. It's really darn easy as a user to use, but you can go from simple recordings like this to a real professional quality. Again, I sound like a salesperson, but I've used this for a couple of years, and it's really pretty slick. Anyway, I also mentioned to Paul briefly about PowerPoint alternatives. As an educator, I look at PowerPoint and I get a little bit tired of this, almost the same thing. So what I've used in the past, and I have still 90% of my stuff is PowerPoint. But I try to add a lot of different photos and other things that are a little more exciting content. But I've used Prezi. You may have used this before. It's cloud-based, so rather than paying a one-time fee, there's a monthly fee for Prezi. Keynote's free with Apple, and I've imported PowerPoint files into Keynote, or just straight up done some Keynote presentations. So a lot of similarities between Keynote and PowerPoint, but Keynote gives you a little different look rather than kind of an old school PowerPoint feel, if you will. And I have this link that I'm going to share with you in an email. There's about, I think they list about 20 alternatives here, some with some video that you could always look at. So that's just to freshen up. If you're considering some of that, I'd be glad to help and look through that with you. That'd be fun, because I want to always do something more when I have time to add that for my classes. So just a bottom line quick video on both Camtasia and PowerPoint alternatives that I wanted to send to you this morning. And again, if I could do it in before shaving while I'm playing my guitar and early in the morning before my coffee is even done, it's a pretty good alternative. Anyway, just a quick thank you. Yeah, again, this little video clip. By the way, I will be traveling to Oxnard tomorrow, so I won't be able to make it to this San Luis Obispo event tomorrow. I wish the timing was a little better for me, because I would love to go and participate as well. Anyway, thank you guys from both of us, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.